Most people think they've handled their estate plan the moment they fill out a beneficiary form, and that confidence might be the most expensive mistake they ever make. We're talking about a legal designation so dangerously simple that it can unravel decades of wealth building in the time it takes a creditor to file a claim. Let's talk about what a payable on death designation actually does, because the name itself is almost poetic in its deception. It sounds clean, it sounds final, it sounds responsible, but what it really does is hand your life's work to someone else with absolutely zero strings attached and zero protection built in. The moment that asset transfers, your heir owns it outright, which sounds great until you realize their ex-spouse, their creditors, or their worst financial instincts now have equal access to everything you spent a lifetime building. We're not talking hypotheticals here. Divorce settlements alone strip inherited wealth from families every single day across this country. Now imagine you spent 30 years building a business, accumulating real property and stacking assets across multiple accounts, and your entire legacy strategy is a form you filled out in 10 minutes at a bank branch in 2009. That's not a plan, that's a wish, and wishes don't hold up in probate court. The psychological comfort of simplicity is real, and we totally get it. Nobody wants to think about trusts and legal structures when a beneficiary box is sitting right there asking for a name, but financial planners have a phrase for this kind of false security, and it usually starts with the words, "I thought I was covered." Here's what the financial industry doesn't advertise loudly enough. There are more than 77 types of trusts recognized in the United States, and most people have heard of maybe 2. That's like knowing your car has an engine and a steering wheel and assuming you understand Formula One racing. The 2 broad categories you need to know are revocable and irrevocable, and the difference between them isn't just legal jargon, it's the difference between a plan that adapts with your life and a plan that locks in protections that even you can't easily undo, which is sometimes exactly the point. Irrevocable structures, when crafted correctly, can shield assets in ways that a simple pod designation couldn't dream of touching. One of the most powerful tools inside a well-drafted trust is something called a spendthrift clause, a provision that essentially tells your heirs' creditors, their divorce attorneys, and their own worst impulses to take a number and sit down. And if you're thinking bigger, international trust planning in certain jurisdictions can offer protections that even domestic asset protection trusts can't match, which is a conversation most estate attorneys never even bring up at the first meeting. Then there are bloodline provisions, guardrails written directly into the trust document that ensure your wealth stays within your family line, regardless of who your kids or grandkids choose to marry or how their financial lives unfold. This isn't about distrust, it's about protecting the people you love from circumstances neither of you can predict right now. Historically, families that built multi-generational wealth didn't do it by accident or by beneficiary designation. They did it by creating structure, governance, and legal frameworks around their assets the same way they created structure inside their businesses. The Rockefellers didn't hand out lump sums and hope for the best. They built institutions. The biggest misconception we hear is that trusts are only for the ultra-wealthy, for the billionaire class, for people with a private family office and a monogrammed yacht. The truth is that if you have a home, a retirement account, a small business, or any meaningful assets you want to protect and direct, you are already the person a trust was designed for. Practically speaking, the move here isn't to panic or to tear up your current estate documents tomorrow morning. It's to get a real conversation going with an estate planning attorney who understands both the revocable side for flexibility, the irrevocable side for protection. Start by auditing every beneficiary designation you currently have and asking yourself honestly whether a lump sum transfer with zero conditions actually reflects your intentions. The discipline here isn't in picking the perfect trust on day one. It's in building a plan that's layered, intentional, and reviewed regularly as your life changes, because an estate plan from 2012 probably doesn't account for who you are in 2026. Process and structure will always outperform good intentions and a filled out form. At the end of the day, legacy isn't a number, it's a system. And the people who build real multi-generational wealth are the ones who treat their estate plan with the same seriousness they gave to earning that wealth in the first place. Simplicity is a virtue in most areas of life, but in estate planning, it is almost always a liability disguised as a solution. If you're ready to move beyond beneficiary designations and build a plan worthy of everything you've worked for, check out our links in the description below. Whether you're navigating real estate investing, home contracting projects, or finding the right lenders, we're here to help you get started.